currently 7:30. It's 30 fucking degrees outside. I forgot to grab my winter jacket. It didn't register to me how cold it really is until I got into the fucking car and had to wait for it to heat up. But man, it's cold out here. I can't believe this right now. This shit crazy. So currently on our way to run an errand, and then we go gym. That's per usual. Gotta say, I harken on this a lot about motivation and stuff, and I did not feel motivated at all this morning. Felt tired, didn't want to get out of bed. I'm like, I gotta get out of the bed. Step outside, and all the cold is acting as a pre-workout right now. It fucking woke me up. Still a little yawn here and there. But that's okay. That is okay. Upper body day today. We're back at it. I am a little excited to try to, go in and get some more gym shit going. The weight's been, my body weight has been going well. And there's another thing. What was it? Shit, I can't even think of it. My body weight's doing well. My diet. Yeah, my diet's been doing pretty well. I'm doing my best to keep my calories under, especially for days that aren't, especially for days that don't have any workouts with them, like yesterday. I always find those kinds of days, like I've gotten into the habit of planning out what I'm going to eat, because beforehand I wasn't really in that sort of headspace where I'm like making sure I'm tracking before I eat, or like planning out what I'm going to be eating that day. I've been getting better about that. One of the things I've been doing, say if I'm out all day, and I'm like, I wonder if I can go get this item, right? For the sake of argument, let's just say a Jersey Mike's sub. It's like, the one that I like is the Chipotle chicken, the 43, right? And I'm like, I'd like to have a mighty Jersey Mike sub today. I go look, and I look at my calories, like, fuck, it looks like I can't have a mighty Jersey Mike sub today. Or, it looks like I can have it, calorie-wise. Then, I also check your macro-wise. I'm not just checking calories, you gotta check your macros, too. And my micronutrients, I'm trying to be cognizant of that stuff as well. So there's a few times where I can swing something a little extraneous or something outside, calorie, macro, micronutrient wise. But I generally try to track stuff before I even if I'm thinking about going to Panera Bread or Chick-fil-A or something like that. If I'm thinking about going, I'm gonna go through. I already have my order in my head. I already got my order in my head, and I'm gonna go through and put it through my Fitness Pal and track the calories, macros, and micronutrients, and see what that does for me, and see if it puts me off my goal. Right? Generally, as far as micronutrients are concerned, I'm usually fine these days. I try to keep myself high fiber diet, high soluble fiber diet. So that's the main micronutrient I'm looking out for as far as keeping myself satiated. The rest of it is just vitamins and stuff like that, obviously. But there's not vitamins aren't really that hard to get into your system. Not to mention, there are ways to supplement your vitamins, track that type of stuff if you can. That way you can kind of just go about eating what needs to be eaten and not have to worry about the vitamin part of it. So, but I don't have vitamin. At the moment, I don't take any kind of supplements. I'm thinking about going back onto my creatine monohydrate cycle. I say it like it's trap, but I believe that's what it's called, creatine monohydrate cycle. I was on it before. I stopped going on, and mostly because it was trying to navigate eating without relying too much on things like protein powder. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just I'm trying to have a baseline set. And of course, I have a protein shake, like a Fairlife Elite protein here and there. Like I said, there's nothing really wrong with that type of shit, honestly. It's not that big a deal. But some people will tell you otherwise. But yeah, diet is one of those things. The hardest part when it comes to losing weight. But I imagine it's the hardest part when it comes to bulking. A lot of people underestimate how little they really eat, or how much they really eat. When you're going either way, it's just a pain in the ass. Especially for, I see it all the time. A lot of skinny people who are like, they brag about their metabolism, and they're like, I eat a lot. I eat so much in a day, and it's just my metabolism. Guys, my metabolism. No metabolism. It's like, no. No. It's not just your metabolism. There's like a myriad of other factors. I believe the metabolism has like a little, like, it doesn't have as much of an effect on your ability to burn through calories as about just anything else. Obviously, if you're eating below your maintenance calories, and you think that's a lot, because a lot of people, like, their perception of a lot may not be what is actually a lot. I see this type of stuff all the time. It's just like a lot of fat people are like, I eat as much as my skinny friends, and they don't gain any weight. I gain all the weight. Or the fucking skinny fellas like, I can't gain any weight. I eat as much as my fat friends, and I just can't gain any fucking weight. It's like, obviously the reason is because you're either, people who are saying that they eat as much as their skinny friends, you don't. Fucking spoiler alert, you don't. You eat a lot more than them. You like to trick yourself into thinking you do. But you eat a lot more than them. And the antithetical is true. A lot of skinny people, they're like, I just can't gain any weight as much as my fat friends or whatever. It's like, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Being skinny and being fat is not like a fucking genetic lottery. Alright? I mean, obviously, there's some things can predispose you to gaining muscle or losing weight a lot quicker than other things. There are some medicines out there that do have side effects of allowing these kinds of things. I think there are some genetic prerequisites that can be met for those sorts of things. But the biggest factor, obviously, is calories in, calories out. Your maintenance, like, say you're the skinny friend. Say you're 6'2", you're like 25 pounds, and your maintenance calories are going to probably be around like 2,300 calories, right? You go out and eat one big fat ass meal a day, you're probably hitting around that calorie mark. And that's all. You're not going to be snacking throughout the day. You may not even eat like 3 huge meals, or like you may perceive your meals as big meals. Like if you eat 3 700 calorie meals, you've eaten 2,100 calories. Even if you ate 3 800 calorie meals, let's just say, that's 2,400 calories, right? That isn't enough to pack on weight like that. And if you're active, and if you're out moving all the time, and if you're, or if you go to the gym a little bit, or if you have a very active work, like you're in construction, you're in some kind of trade where you're on your feet moving around all damn day, or what have you. Those little bit of calories you can start burning off pretty quickly, especially if you're on your feet moving around a lot, just about 6 or 5 hours a day, if not more. So you're going to be burning out a good chunk of those 2,400 calories. In this case, it'll be like you probably burn around 200 something calories, I'd imagine, or so. But you kind of burn out the difference. Whereas the fat friend is not going to be as active. Either that or the movements they're doing are minimal. And they want to pat themselves on the back for doing a fucking poor yoga pose for about 20 volume of your food may seem like it, but the denseness of the calories would be very different. I promise you, if the fat friend and the skinny friend, who both think that it's their low metabolism that's preventing them from gaining or losing weight, swapped their diets, I promise you that the fat friend, so long as they stuck to their diets, the fat friend will start losing weight and the skinny friend will start gaining weight. You know, a lot of fat people will snack throughout the day, right? They'll snack. Like the stuff that you see your fat friends eat, that's not all they're eating, okay? They're also snacking in between their meals. That's how a lot of people put on a shit ton of weight. You know, they'll go off and they'll, there's little Debbie Christmas cakes. Those little Christmas tree-shaped little cake things. You know, for me, they're very nostalgic. So, like, I've had like a one or two not too long ago. It's not something I'm ever gonna like, pound down my gullet. But like those little cakes, those little fucking tiny Christmas cakes are 220 calories per cake. Right? A fat person can eat through that box like it's nobody's business. There is about 8 of them fucking things in that box. Right? So you figure that up, that's 1,760 calories in that one fucking box. Right? And a fat person can easily down that shit. Right? That's not a problem. I mean, even if they down like 1 or 2 or 3, I mean, if they just ate 3, that's still 660 fucking calories. Right? That's a lot. And then they down the whole box, that's even more. Right? It's just one of those things. It's one of those things. A lot of little Debbie snack cakes are like that. Ice cream pints, right? The lowest I've ever seen an ice cream pint calorie-wise, like the Halo Top. And even those are like in the 200s for a whole pint, which is by no means bad. That's very good for fucking a pint of ice cream. You know, look at average ice cream would probably be around 600 to 700 calories, give or take, for just a pint. I go to Wawa and I've had some before, but like a reduced fat M&M ice cream that you would find, that's like 590 calories, probably a little bit more. That's about 590 calories as it says on the box, right? And those fucking pints can go up quick. Like a Ben & Jerry's pint is like 1,100 to 1,300 fucking calories. That shit is insanity. So, it's one of those things. Right? The skinny friend, they're not snacking on that type of stuff in between their meals. But the fat friend is. And that very well could be the difference between why one friend is losing weight and why the other one is gaining. All that little snacking or the sugary drinks. Assuming they're drinking sugary drinks. But those things are the factors that are pushing it. Whenever you go out to Starbucks and you get yourself like I love a venti Java chip. Okay, that's my fucking jam. By the way, I ordered like in a light fashion, where it's like 280 calories. Isn't the best, and it's literally legitimately all carbs, and those carbs are like they're just fast acting carbs. Not even I wouldn't say they're high quality carbs. At least I wouldn't imagine so. But 280 calories. A normal venti Java chip is like 500 something calories. It was 600. A fucking milkshake is like a normal large milkshake is around there and more. Right? A place around here is called I believe it's also just like throughout the South. But here in Virginia, there's a place called Cookout. It's a fast food place, and they're most notable for like their fucking 40, 50 something flavors of milkshakes. And those milkshakes will range from 600 calories to 900 something calories, depending on what's in it. Like you go off, you order something like that, or you order just about any fast food combo meal. Like if you look at the the metabolism mean? Don't. Stop believing that and start tracking your calories. Get like some type of food scale, or if you have a scale at home, you know, that you use to measure out shipments of anything. Grab that thing and start, tracking your calories by the grams. Cut out the sugar, everything. Your sauces, your condiments. If you're putting mayonnaise on shit, blue cheese, ranch dressing, barbecue sauce, everything. Track it all. The only thing you don't really need to track is the seasonings. But everything else, you gotta track. Track it and just see. Like, go do anything, like MyFitnessPal or any type of calorie tracking app, and just fucking see. I promise you'll be shocked. I fucking promise you, as the skinny friend or as the fat friend, you will be fucking shocked with how little or how much food you're actually shoving down your gullet. And maybe then then find out what your maintenance calories are. There's plenty of maintenance calorie calculators. Go on there, put in your height, weight, and age, and gender. No, not gender. Your sex, the sex that you were assigned at birth. Whether you're a female or male, I don't really know. As far as the trans people are concerned, I really don't have any fucking clue how HRT would affect your ability to lose weight or otherwise, because I know it's different from men to women. Not a question for me. I have no fucking clue. That is a very specific thing that it just never was something I needed to know. So if you are trans and you're watching this and you want to lose or gain weight for this, that, or the other, I don't know, probably talk to a doctor about how HRT would affect your ability to do either of those things. But anyway, for any of you non-binary fellows out there who may not be on HRT, or trans people who may not be on that type of thing, put in your fucking sex, your sex at birth, because it affects how you're going to lose or gain weight. So do that, and then find out your maintenance calories, and then cross-reference it. Are you in a 500 calorie deficit? Are you in a 1,000 calorie deficit? Are you in a 3,000 calorie surplus? Whatever. But either way, we gotta go gym. I've talked long enough. This has been a 19-minute intro. We gotta go gym. So let's go gym. Come on, let's fucking go. So we just got to the gym. Gonna be starting on I never remember the fucking name. The isolateral wide pull down. We'll be doing 2 plates of 45s on each side, so 182 pounds in total. Starting weights 2 pounds and 180 in plates. Hopefully be able to do 10 sets of 10 at that. If not, I'll drop it down to 170 and see how that feels. So let's go ahead and get this started. So we just got finished with the pull downs, and now we're on to the wide chest machine. I gotta say, we're loaded up with, I managed to do all 10 sets at the pull downs of 180. That was rough, but paced myself, so I was able to do it. But now we're loaded up with 125 on the wide chest. Managed to find the 2.5s. Man, I didn't want to come do the gym today, I gotta be honest. But it's one of those things where like I just sat in the parking lot for about a good 5-10 minutes. And I was like, I just gotta go in. Like the minute I started doing this, it would just feel a lot better. So, you know, just like what I said this morning about the whole motivation thing, sometimes you just gotta do it. You know, for me, once I get into the groove of it, I'm good to go. But sometimes getting there and taking that first step is the hard part. But anyway, speaking of taking the first step, let's go ahead and start these fucking wide chests. Let's get this going. Managed to struggle my way through 125 pounds on the wide chest machine. That was rough. Did a lot of half reps, and I foolishly only recorded 4 sets because I lost my train of thought. So it is what it is. That's okay though. Still managed to get through the rest of it. Like I said, just tough and rough. Took a lot of effort, but that's okay. That's what it's supposed to be, right? It's not supposed to be easy. Moving on, we're doing dumbbell curls. We'll be doing 35 pounds again. Hopefully be able to next week go up to 40. I'm going to try to do all 10 sets of 10. At 35 pounds last week, I had to drop down to 30 on the last 2 reps. So, or not last week, but last time. So hopefully we'll be able to be consistent with that. So let's get going. dumbbell curls are finished. Managed to get all 10 sets at 35 pounds. It was rough. I had to do some half reps at the end, but managed to max out my biceps. Now we're moving on to the rear delt flies. As I said last upper body day, I'll go up to 30 pounds today. Because last time I did 25 on each arm, so we're gonna be doing 60 in total on both arms. And hopefully that'll give me a nice good burn, because I've been trying to feel out where my rear delts are gonna be capping out at, and 25 wasn't quite where it is. So who knows, I may have to do a drop as far as the sets are concerned today, you know, go from 30 to 25. But for now, I'm gonna move on to 30 pounds. As per usual, won't record the rear delt flies. That's okay. So yeah, gonna get this started. So the 30 pounds on each arm at the rear with the rear delt flies, that felt like I was actually working my rear delts. So going from there, might do one more session at 30, then bump up to 35, see how that does. Yeah, I think that was the weight that I probably should have started at, but I wanted to be careful and not really piss around with it and see how I can do throughout the whole duration of the 10 sets. So, you know, in this case, it's all about trying to burn fat and build muscle. So lots of volume without like a whole hell of a lot of intensity right away. So right now I'm still hitting muscle atrophy. It just takes a little longer. You know, different ways to skin a cat. I think I said this before, when I get closer to my target weight, my workout regimen will start switching up, and it'll be more intensity focused as opposed to volume focused. So as it stands right now, the volume is fine as far as I'm concerned. But with that in mind, we're moving on to tricep extensions. We'll be doing it at 50 pounds. Maybe next week I'll move up to 55 pounds. But for now, 50 pounds works. Oh yeah, that works. So let's get going. So we finished the tricep extensions. Just tried to do a few overhead shoulder presses for the fuck of it at the end with 50s on each arm. And you get through like 3 reps, and I was just like, all right, I probably shouldn't be maxing out my fucking shoulders before I even get to the lateral shoulder raises. So that would have been no good. Anyway, we're moving on to shrugs. So let's get going. moving on to lateral raises. Hopefully I'll be able to get through most of my 10 sets of 10 at 25 pounds on each arm. Of course, last time I got to 4, and then I dropped down to 20 pounds on each arm for 6 sets, which is equally as fine, you know, so long as I'm just pushing my muscles as far as I can go. But I just want to see that strength go up. I want to see number go big. That's really what it's all about. Anywho, yeah, let's go ahead and get to this thing, shall we? So I must be absent-minded today. I'm not sure what's going on, but I've recorded only 4 sets of my lateral shoulder raises again. The second time I did that today. Not sure what the fuck's going on, but I managed to get through 5 sets at 25 pounds on each arm, which I was kind of aiming for. Wanted more, but you know, it is what it is. Finished off with 20s on each arm, as you do. And we're moving on to the longest in terms of all the workouts that you guys see, the reverse curls, the wrist flexions, and forearm curls. So 25 pounds again. Maybe next week we'll be able to get up to 30. I'm not really sure, but let's get going. cable row, 70 pounds each arm this week. Managed to get through the reverse curls, the reverse flexions well enough. I'm not sure how many sets I did of them. I'm pretty sure I did 10 each, but I might have done 12 each by mistake. But anyway, hopefully this one will go a bit better as far as me not being so absent-minded. And afterwards, I'm gonna do 17 minutes of cardio. Won't record that. So after this exercise, I'll see you in the car. So let's get going. Gym. Had to run an errand, but now we're good. We're fucking Gucci. I'm feeling better. Like I said earlier this morning, I had almost no motivation to get the fuck up. And even when I got to the gym, I sat there for like 20 minutes. I didn't want to fucking move. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go in the gym. I didn't want to go work out. But I needed to. And that need superseded my want. My desire for comfort and just being like, oh, I can go a day without doing it. Trying to break that. And it's, even though I've been doing the gym, even though I've been going to the gym for, this is going on month 3 for me, and like this is week 5 for you guys. And I was in the gym for about 4 or 5 months before I did a hiatus at the gym. And even before that, I worked out for a year straight. So even though I have a lot of history of having gone to the gym and working out and things of that sort, I'm still facing these issues. And it's not easy to get over. I mean, as you can see. I just want to, and I imagine a lot of people, even probably some bodybuilders, people who are fucking jacked and even shredded, or whatever, huge people, powerlifters, I don't know, fucking calisthenics people, things of that ilk, you know, any of those kinds of denizens of the gym. Even they, I imagine, have a few days or, you know, whatever, or a period of time where, like, mentally they just don't want to do it. You know, some of them obviously may not, but, you know, they still push through it. And that's the important part, you know? And that helps me get through it. You know, I know for a fact that a lot of people are having issues with this. And I'm no exception. I'm no exception. And then trying to have self-control when eating. Having self-control with what I eat, how I eat, that, this, that, and the other, involving my diet. Having self-control with that, that's another important thing. You know, it's just a lot of willpower. A lot of fucking willpower. I just wanted to briefly mention that before we get to the stats screen and everything. I also wanted to show what I bought today. I've purchased what is essentially a giant dildo. This, my friends, is a 10-inch and 100 ring gauge cigar. Why did I buy this fucking Looney Tunes ass cigar? Shit, I don't know. Yeah, I saw it, I thought it was funny, and I bought it. Why not? But anyway, I just wanted to talk briefly about the motivation thing and just mention how, you know, it doesn't matter where you may be at with the gym, beginning, intermediate, advanced, or even professional of any kind. The odds are good that you still just, some days may be harder to get in there than others, but you just got to push through and do it. There's no easy solution. There's no fucking cheat codes or anything like this. You just got to do it. If you want to build a physique that you are proud of, if you want to get stronger, if you want to build yourself in any capacity via the gym, you gotta go. Staying at home is gonna do you no good. You know, you gotta go unless obviously you haven't you've already worked out that week. So that's an exception. But regardless, either way, thank you for watching through the video. Really appreciate it. And let's get to this stat screen, shall we?